Hey, friends, welcome to the Michael D Show. I am your host, Michael D. Butler, coming at you from Bangkok, Thailand, and Southeast Asia. So excited about our author tonight. He wrote a best selling realistic fiction book called The Seven Deadly Sins. He's still in high school. His name is Aaradhya. And I just want to say, Aaradhya, welcome to the Michael D Show. How you doing today?
I'm good, Michael. How are you?
Hey, really, congratulations. Really getting some great feedback from everybody about your book. This book, it's 260 pages and it's just an incredible read. How long did it take you to write it? And then what inspired you to write? Tell us a little bit about yourself and the experience of writing this book.
Firstly, Michael, I want to say thank you so much. That really meant a lot to me. I'm glad that people have found this book really interesting because I started this book almost a year ago, but I wasn't able to move forward with it because I didn't really have an idea of what to do. Um, I picked this book up back in the summer because what am I gonna do over the summer? So I think I spent about a month at most on the book. After in 2024, so in 1 month I was able to finish the book.
1 month, that's incredible. We get book submissions, fiction submissions all the time, but authors are 40, 50, 60 years old. And I mean, we've published a few young people over the years, but I mean, have you always been a writer, or is this something you picked up somewhere?
No, actually, honestly always loved writing. Whether that was comic books back in third grade with my best friend, or even when I started writing fiction back in sixth grade as a little kid, I've always just loved writing, even if it was for school. English has always been like literature has always been an interest of mine. So uh, there's that.
Well, we've got something in common. I really sucked at math and science, and so it was really English and literature. So I,
Yeah.
I, I ended up in publishing and being an author and a book writer. So what was the funnest thing about writing this book, The Seven Deadly Sins?
Honestly, the most fun thing about this was I was able to handle the different perspectives of seven different people, and that was honestly the most challenging and most interesting part because we had to go. I had to think in the minds of people back from ancient Greece all the way to modern times, in the eyes of a female and the eyes of a guy, and it was truly different perspectives each single time, and it really motivated me, and it really motivated me to look past and beyond just myself, but rather other people. So I was able to connect.
Now, exactly how old are you, Radia?
I'm 16 right now, actually.
Okay, awesome. So the same year you get your driver's license and start
Yeah.
driving, you launch your first book and become a best-selling author. Now, I know you're available for media and podcast interviews. What's the best way for people to get a hold of you?
You can contact me via my Instagram. You can always DM me. Um, my Instagram link is right there in the banner. That's honestly the best way.
Okay,
So I'll be
okay,
on
great.
Instagram all the time.
I know you're going to be posting there behind the scenes stuff, book signings, different things, and giving your viewers and your followers kind of a sneak peek. Now, what was the hardest part about writing the Seven Deadly Sins, Aradia? Did you get stuck at some point, uh, or did you just knock it out and it just kept being an inspiration?
I honestly love the book so much. I love the idea. I don't know where I came up with it. I'm pretty sure most of these ideas that I get from my book, they come from my sleep. My dreams have always been my inspiration to write this type of stuff. So
Okay.
honestly, um, that's where once I got the dream, it was just a flow of constant writing, day in, day out, and I was able to make this book.
Well, congratulations. We're talking with Aradia. He's in Frisco, Texas. The Seven Deadly Sins is brand new book. We're launching with you on October the 1st. It's available everywhere books are sold globally, not just on Amazon.com, but also BarnesandNoble.com, Walmart.com, Target.com, chapters up in Canada, Books a Million, everywhere books are sold globally. The hardback, the paperback, the ebook, and I think you have plans for the audiobook coming out soon as well, right?
Yep, yes, sir. That is true.
So, what exactly is realistic fiction? This is the category the book's in. Tell us a little bit about realistic fiction. Why did you choose that? And then tell us a little bit about the plot and without giving everything away, kind of tease us a little.
Yeah, realistic fiction is basically fiction that takes inspiration from realism, from realistic views, realistic perspectives, and we don't really use fantasy in our books. Well, in my book, I don't use any fantasy, but it's a little bit about how controlling one's desires, controlling one's life in this book can lead to a certain downfall if you're not careful with it. If you succumb to the desires of different things, as in the seven deadly sins, it will lead you down paths where you don't want to go down. And that's pretty much what this book's about. It's really supposed to it's really supposed to show young authors and young readers that if you fail to if you fail to listen, if you fail to hold control yourself, you'll end down the wrong path.
Oh, that's just epic and excellent. Is there a is this a one-off book as a standalone volume, or are you planning on doing a sequel?
This will be a standalone. I'm not planning on doing any sequels for this one, but maybe
Okay.
upcoming books. We'll never know.
What advice would you give to a young author like yourself, maybe a teenager? What would you say they're wanting to write a book and maybe they're not sure where to start? What advice? What have you learned?
What I've learned is when you're stuck, start jotting down notes from what you see in your life, and one day you'll find yourself coming back to those notes and rethinking about it. Because there's a lot of stories that happen in your life specifically that can be used in a book. You just never know. It can be the smallest things. You can always exaggerate them, but either way, just don't stop writing.
7 lives, 7 sins, one chance to confront their darkest desires. Arati puts this on the back of the book to give you a description of what is on the inside. In a high stakes world fueled by ambition, ego, emotions, 7 young people are each consumed by one of the deadly sins: pride, envy, wrath, lust, gluttony, greed, and sloth. There's the headstrong leader so blinded by pride he can't see his own downfall, and his ambitious student willing to risk everything for success. Each one is on a dangerous path that could lead to redemption or destruction. As their stories unfold, the consequences of their choices become devastating. Will they break free from the sins that hold them captive, or will they be pulled deeper into the chaos of their own making? Seven Deadly Sins is a gripping exploration of the intense emotions, moral dilemmas, and pressures that shape youth today. Raw, real, and unapologetically bold, this novel forces you to ask, what happens when desire takes control? Aradia, what inspired? Was there a particular friend at high school? Was there somebody in your community that inspired this? Did you kind of just change some of the names? I mean, or did you tell some of your friends, "Hey, you're in my book," or were these totally pulled up out of your imagination?
Honestly, I don't have it. Luckily, I don't have any in my life who's gone through or who's really succumbed to any desires or doesn't have any self control. I honestly have a really nice friend group, really nice family, so that's not the issue. Honestly, these characters just come from my imagination. Um,
Well, it's
it
really
took
nice to
time.
know because your friends and family can read the book and not worry about if if you're trying to get a message through, right? So there you go. There you go. Well, it's very compelling. The feedback has been very great. What kind of feedback are you getting from some of your beta readers?
They've loved it, honestly.
Mhm.
Honestly, even from I want to tell you a little story. So my dad, he wants to read books, but he never like usually has the time to read them. But for this book, he I asked him to sit down and read it for me, and he did. He sat through the entire thing. He spent a week, but he sat through the entire book and he read it, and he loved every moment of it. And that honestly brought like a lot of tears to my eyes. It meant a lot to me.
Absolutely. You know, as a father of 4 sons myself, I'm always proud of my kids when they do something incredible. I mean, in publishing a book, your 16th year in this planet, that's pretty cool. Congratulations. What's next, Aradia? What do you see now that the book is launching this fall and you're going to be speaking and doing some interviews? What is next for you?
Honestly, since this book is on launching, I want to get started right away on an audiobook because I know a lot of readers love to listen to it when they're doing their daily chores. And
Well, stay tuned. Stay tuned for Aradia. Follow him on Instagram. He's going to let you know everything that's going on, book signings in your area, book readings, special things that he's going to be doing, and promotions going into the holidays, going into the new year. You can grab your hardcover, your paperback, your ebook, and soon, like he said, your audio at Audible, iTunes, and ACX, because Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, Walmart.com, Target.com, everywhere books are sold. Arati, I want to thank you, for being on the Michael D Show. We've got authors in 66 nations. We've been doing this a long time. It's a lot of fun because a lot of people thought the internet killed publishing, but readership is up globally. And lucky for you, 60 to 70% of global book readers love to read fiction. And so they love to be entertained. So this is definitely the type of book that's going to get you hooked. It's going to get you stuck. Who would you say this is a good gift for? Who should people be thinking about Christmas gifts or buying this book as a gift?
ooh, this honestly, I feel like this type of book should go towards people 16 and older, because I do have a couple stuff there that you shouldn't read too young.
Yeah.
But 16 and older sounds amazing. Even until the age of 25, you can always do something. Honestly, this book is for everyone that's 16 and older. You could be
Young adult.
50 and you could still go deal with some issues. And I think this
Okay.
book would really push you towards the right direction.
Outstanding. Well, Aaradhya, I want to say thanks for being on the Michael D Show and the
Thank
Beyond
you so much for
Publishing
inviting
Studio
me.
in Asia. Your very first interview from our new office in Asia. And I want to thank you and congratulations on getting that book
Thank you
out
so
to
much.
the world, The 7 Deadly Sins. Check it out, guys, because by the time you see this, he will have gone #1. You maybe helped him go #1. And so I want to congratulate you, Aaradhya, and say, good job. Can't wait to see you
Thank
next.
you so much.
Have a great day.
You too, man. Appreciate it.